Gamescom 2025 has just ended, Jeff Keighley's second biggest game showcase of the year, and it came with some absolutely banging trailers, 3 of which I want to talk about in this video because these are the ones that got me super excited. And no, they're not some super niche games that aren't going to be Steam wishlisted or whatever. These are probably the biggest games that were shown at the showcase. So I want to talk about them now. One of them was rumored right before the event even took place, and that is the first one we're going to talk about, which is Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. Dude, this game was rumored right before this event even kicked off, a couple weeks before it kicked off, actually. Even a month, I reckon. This was rumored a month before this event kicked off. I don't know how many people are paying attention to like TT Games and everything. Obviously, it's a massive gaming company and they make amazing Lego games, but this was not on my radar. It was like a month ago. I was thinking to myself, like, when was the last TT Lego game, right? And I was like, oh, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. There's been nothing since then. And I was like, surely there's going to be another one soon. Like, it's been so long, right? And yes, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. This thing looks amazing. So the rumor going into this was going to be a game similar to the Skywalker Saga that would follow a lot of the Batman movies that have come out in the past. And it would follow all of those, I don't know how many movies there are. Let's see. There is the Christian Bale trilogy. There's the Batman with Robert Pattinson. And then there are some of the older ones with, let's see, Keaton, George Clooney, and also Val Kilmer. So those are the movies that a lot of people anticipated this game would be about, and then you would play through each of those movies. It doesn't really seem like that's what this is going to be. However, this game will absolutely be paying a lot of respect and homage and have a lot of references to those movies in this game. So I'm really excited for that, and they showcase a lot of that in the trailer. But this seemingly, I think, is going to be an original story. I believe that's kind of what they're hinting at, but then it will also have a lot of those awesome references from the movies that people really love. So that's super exciting to see. I want to read through this little game description real quick, and then we're going to look at some photos as well. So about this game: become the Dark Knight and battle Gotham City's most infamous DC supervillains in an open-world action-adventure game from TT Games, the award-winning studio behind Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Dude, they don't need to like mention that is their big game that they're an award-winning studio of. They've made numerous incredible Lego games over the past 20 years or so. One of my, a couple of my favorites, let's see, Lego Lord of the Rings is incredible. Lego City Undercover was a phenomenal game on the Nintendo Wii U, and then it later came to PC and PlayStation as well, and Xbox, I believe, too. But that is an awesome game. Actually has some incredible gameplay as well. You get to learn how to do martial arts in that game. So it was like one of the first times we really saw a real focus on gameplay in that game in particular, and not just having the regular sort of Lego formula, you know what I mean? So they really switched it up with that game, and I'm really kind of looking forward to how TT Games evolve their gameplay and their formula with the Lego games, because it has changed a lot in the past, especially with Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, and now this is going to be an entirely new beast as well. So let's keep reading here. Embark on a journey that begins with the origins of Batman as a young Bruce Wayne trains with the League of Shadows, becomes the hero of Gotham City, and forge a new family of allies with Jim Gordon, Catwoman, Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl. Confront an ever-growing threat from across Batman's rogues gallery as you face the Joker, the Penguin, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Bane, and more. Dude, does that not sound super exciting? I mean, it's a line that we've heard pretty much from every single Lego Batman thing that has ever been released, but it never gets old, you know? See, like reading and learning about what the latest Batman thing that's coming out is going to entail, and it's just always entailing the exact same thing as it always does, and it's always so exciting. But I believe Jim Gordon, Catwoman, Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl, as well as Batman, of course, are all going to be playable characters. So I believe the game so far has revealed 7 or so playable characters, and a lot of people are like a little bit iffy on that, a little bit upset that the game is going to have a very small character rotation or whatever that you can play. But I think less is more, and I think quality over quantity. I think the Lego games go really big all the time, and I would really like something that's a little more focused and a little more in-depth on just a few really key aspects, and I think that's what this is going to bring, which I'm really excited about. So let's keep reading here. Play as Batman with an exhilarating new combat system. Oh, dude, that gets me so excited, the new combat system. I just want like more of what we got from Lego City Undercover with that martial arts and stuff, man. I'm so excited. Combining fluid combos. So the thing about fluid combos, a lot of people are kind of saying that this game is going to have a very similar gameplay style and combat style to the Arkham games, which we saw a little bit of in the trailer, and that is exciting. That looked really, really good. I'm really keen for this. I can't wait to play. Oh my god. All right, so let's keep reading. Stealth techniques. Okay, detective skills to take on crime across the streets and rooftops of Gotham City. So they're definitely taking a lot of inspiration from the Batman Arkham games, which is really exciting. Anyway, let's keep reading. Command a full range of Batmobiles and Batcycles, including the legendary Tumbler, as you navigate an open and immersive Gotham City. Grapple, glide, or dive through the open world with agility and speed while discovering crimes, challenges, rewards, secrets, and iconic landmarks such as Arkham Asylum, Ace Chemicals, and Wayne Tower. Dude, like, we've already gotten this game. It's called Batman Arkham Knight. That was the game that really showcased an open world Gotham City. Is it Gotham City? I can't remember. I played it earlier this year. Anyway, it is Gotham, essentially, and you get to drive the Batmobile around, and you get to do all of these awesome things and have the best kind of gameplay at the time for a Batman game, and it still holds up incredibly well, especially with graphics and gameplay and everything. But this is going to be the exact same thing as that with Batman Arkham Knight, but in Lego form, and it looks really good. I'm really excited. So yes, I'm definitely ready to build the legacy of the Dark Knight and protect Gotham City. Abso-fucking-lutely. I am so excited for this game, and I want to take a look at some photos as well. So I pulled these up right before I started recording. Some screenshots from the game, obviously Batman, and he is wearing the Robert Pattinson suit, which looks incredible in Lego form. I really love the Robert Pattinson movie, and I am really keen to get some of that flavor in a Lego Batman form as well. And I just want to say, like, the sky and the lighting and everything looks great as well, especially a lot of the detail, which you'll see in later photos, which I'll bring up now. We also have a shot of Lego Batman gliding across Gotham City, and you can see all of those neon lights everywhere lighting up the streets and the sky and everything, and it looks just so much fun. Like, it's just Batman Arkham Knight, but in Lego form. And it's just so exciting. I can't wait to get my hands on this game. Yeah, it looks incredible. Anyway, we'll keep going here. I believe this is the muscle car Batmobile from... Jeez, Lucy is not happy. I believe this is the muscle car from Robert Pattinson's Batman. I believe. It looks a lot like it. So I'm going to go with that. It might be an older one that I can't remember, but it looks really good. I can't wait to drive this around the streets of Gotham. That's going to be super cool. And yeah, once again, you can kind of see the lighting and all the ray tracing and everything they're kind of bringing to Lego games, which looks incredible in Lego form. I'll give them that. And yeah, it's going to be super immersive. So I'm really, really keen. And then we got a shot of Catwoman and Batman here. I'm not sure which Catwoman this is. She's got the full mask. And we have the very slight glimpse of the logo here on Batman as well. So I believe that's a much older Batman logo, which means it would be maybe a Keaton Batman logo, I'm assuming. So you're going to be able to switch out all those different suits with Keaton, Pattinson, Kilmer, Clooney, I'm assuming as well. And obviously Christian Bale too. So that is awesome to see. I love that pairing. And then we got a shot of some thugs here. I don't recall this villain. I feel like I recently watched the Batman TV show, which was phenomenal. My internet went out for like a week and I binged watched that entire show. It was incredible. I feel like there was a mime villain in there somewhere, but I can't remember exactly. But anyway, regardless, just look at the colors and the lighting here. Like, it's incredible. You can see their faces like half in light, half in shadow, and the red and the blue just mesh so well together. I think yeah, combat and fighting these guys, especially the brutes as well, is going to be really, really exhilarating. So one more shot here just of the bat cycle kind of drifting through the streets here, and you can see some Lego figurines and people on the side looking at Batman. You can see a car back here as well. So I really hope that this game has a very dense open world too. Like, I hope there's a lot going on in the game, and I hope that it's not just like empty streets and everything like that. And from this picture, I'm kind of getting the sense that it will be very open and very exciting as well. So that is pretty much it on Lego Batman. It's a game that I heard of about a month ago. I heard the kind of rumors going around, and I got so excited reading those things. And then I was like, okay, I only have to wait a month till Gamescom. Hopefully it gets a reveal. And it does. And I don't know when this game is coming out. It comes out next year, supposedly, but we don't have an official release date, such as like month, day, and everything like that. So when we get that, when we get pre-orders coming out, I will definitely be pre-ordering this day one and playing this day one, because, man, I mean, Lego Batman, like, that is a lot of people's childhoods that are in their like 20s and everything now. So yeah, this is a very nostalgic game, and it's going to be very nostalgic for a lot of people. And I think a lot of newer gamers and younger kids and everything getting into gaming and Lego games are going to have a hell of a time with this game too. So anyway, the next game that I wanted to talk about is coming from Team Cherry. So I've recently been playing Hollow Knight for the first time. I only just started it this year. I believe I started it about 2 months ago on stream. Yesterday, I just got the 112% on the game, which was very exciting. I was very happy about that. Anyway, the Silksong game has been, or was revealed about six years ago with a trailer, an incredible trailer that looked really hardcore and insane, and there was a lot of acrobatics, and the game looked much, much harder than Hollow Knight. And it's just kind of been on silent mode since then for about 6 years. I believe the last trailer was 2022, which is what Jeff Keighley said on stream. That was the last time we really heard of anything from Silksong or saw anything from Silksong. And now it has been officially confirmed that this game is coming out in 2025. That is crazy. So before Silksong was at Gamescom, it was a special surprise for Gamescom. But before this was announced at Gamescom, it was announced that there would be a gaming convention called Game Worlds at Acme in Melbourne, Australia, at Acme, I guess, whatever, at like near Federation Square or whatever. And they're going to be having a game demo for Silksong there as well. So that was announced a little while ago, actually. So they didn't say anything about whether they were going to showcase anything at Gamescom, but they did announce the Acme thing. So it was like, it only just made sense that they would do something on a big international stage like Gamescom. So they did. They announced that the game's coming out this year, which is super exciting. They showed off a little more gameplay. And in 48 hours from now, 2 days from now, there will be more information on Silksong, which I'm assuming will have an official release date. I'm guessing it's going to be coming out around December. Around Christmas would be amazing. I go on break from work for about 2 weeks. So if that game comes out in that window, or like right at the start of that 2-week break, I'm going to be playing this just all day. Like, I'm so keen. But yeah, this game looks incredible. And then I wanted to bring up some screenshots just because I wanted something to kind of look at and get excited about for this game. And I know these screenshots have been going around forever, but I wanted to share them here as well and just kind of talk about all the detail that is in this game too. And I know Hollow Knight is a very detailed game as well, but I want to talk about like the background detail and kind of the art and the environment too. And like lighting is incredible in Hollow Knight, but lighting here looks phenomenal as well. And I just love everything that's going on in the background, like as a really incredible, nice backdrop environment for what chaos is going to be unleashed in this game while you're playing as Hornet, fighting all these incredible bosses. I think it looks incredible. You can kind of see here as well, we've got this... Lucy just did a massive groan. Anyway, you've got this really cool kind of white flower area here as well with some sun rays coming down from the top, which looks incredible. And you can just kind of see in every one of these photos, you're going to see like Hornet jumping around and doing flips everywhere and everything. And I guess a lot of her bosses are going to be doing the same things too, because like I said, she's a very acrobatic character. And I'm guessing all of the bosses are going to be very acrobatic and have a lot of incredible movesets as well to go along with this kind of flavor. This looks incredible too. This kind of reminds me of the Colosseum of Fools. And I would love something similar like Colosseum of Fools in this game too, with the whole arena of people watching you fight bosses. I thought that was a really fun aspect of Hollow Knight and a really enjoyable one too. And I loved, the people cheering and everything like that. And I thought it was such a fun environment to fight and play this game in. So if they do something similar to that in this game, that'd be really exciting as well. A little bit more here, you kind of see a lava environment. No, there definitely wasn't any kind of lava environment in the first one. So this is really cool and something new for this game as well. And there seems to be a pretty crazy, massive boss back here too. So that's going to be very exciting to fight and explore this world. And once again, we can kind of see here a little bit more of that exploration with, I don't know what that thing is that Hornet is riding, but it kind of reminds me of a stag. Maybe there will be stags in this game too. Actually, I didn't take a really close look at this image before, but now I'm looking at it a little bit closer. These look like bells. And you would ring bells in Hollow Knight to call the stags. This is a really peculiar environment. I wonder if this is where all those bells came from. I don't know. I'm just kind of spitballing here. But one of the things that like Hollow Knight does really well is very subtle detail and also lore. So I really hope that this game explores even more lore of Hollow Knight, but also this game is set in a new kingdom at the same time. So I wonder how they're going to kind of balance the lore between the two kingdoms, if they're even going to make that branch between the two games, or if they're just going to solely focus on this kingdom and just leave everything that was learned in Hollow Knight there. But anyway, that caught my eye for some reason there, and that is really peculiar. But a little more here, you can kind of see Hornet jumping around as well, and you got these two little birds, I guess, kind of flying beside her. I guess they're going to be some sort of minion charm that helps Hornet fight a lot of different enemies and everything like that, and bosses and stuff. So these look really cool. I'm actually going to go to the gaming convention in Acme in Melbourne, Australia next month, which I'm really excited for. And I'm going to be getting one of these pins for Hornet and these two little things, actually just one of them, but I'm really excited for that. That is awesome. And I'm going to be able to play the game early as a demo. So that is all, yeah, it's just all coming together, dude. It's all very exciting. I believe there's a couple more here. You see this really desolate sort of environment. It looks like a graveyard of some sort. I really love kind of the dark, moody area, and these lights here are barely shining even the slightest bit of rays on the ground, the cobblestones here. So I just love all of this little detail and everything. It's just so engrossing. And it's one of the things like Hollow Knight did so well, is to really transport you into, what's it called? Hollow Nest and everything like that. I was like, what was the kingdom called? Hollow Nest. That's the one. It really, helped you kind of embrace where you're going in the world and everything like that, and all the different areas. So a couple more here. We've got another one. This looks a lot like Green Path. Why does it look like Green Path? It's green. It's got plants and everything like that. But anyway, these look like 3-leaf cloves, which is interesting. Oh, there's a 4-leaf clove right there. Is it the 3 or the 4 that's lucky? Anyway, it'd be cool if you had to transport one of these 4-leafed cloves to another area in the game, just like you had to do with the flower. But this looks like a really fun boss as well. They're kind of on the ceiling and everything, and it seems like you have to dodge some projectiles. Dude, there's so much detail here that looks so cool. Actually, going back here as well, I really love this UI as well, and how they, kept it same but different with this game, and they kind of made it a little bit more Hornet flavored with the kind of shape of the masks here and everything like that. And I believe this would be your soul, maybe? I don't know what this is. This might be like Soul Reserve or something like that. But yeah, I really love the UI, and I really love that they kept it clean and simple, and it's just up here in the corner, and that's all you need. And then everything else is just a game. And then one last little thing here. This thing, what were they called? Were they dreamers? They weren't dream warriors. I think they were dreamers that were in the first game that you had to defeat before you fought at Black Egg. This looks like that, but this also reminds me of the Weaver's Charm in the first game. So this is super interesting. I wonder if this is either of those things. With all the webbing down here, it kind of makes sense for it to be the Weaver's sort of. But anyway, this looks really interesting. This area looks super, super detailed and cool. And I love all the kind of strings and everything that's going around and all this fog and webbing and stuff. And this very bright light that's kind of coming from this doorway here. I don't know what Hornet is doing here, but she's doing something. And we're going to find out soon. But yeah. And then just one more little shot of... Wait, there's a couple more. There's a lot of photos. Sorry. There's another little shot of a green path looking area. It looks very lush and alive, and I like that. And obviously there are also going to be very dead and desolate parts of this game too, so I love that it goes between those two different environment styles. Dude, it's so exciting. Another little fight here. Oh, I love the parrying. That's going to be really satisfying to do, especially with some of these bosses that are going to be using weaponry like nails or whatever. So that's super cool. And this person looks extremely fast. It looks like they left some kind of dust in their wake here when they dash towards Hornet. And this area looks very, very prestigious, you know. Very, very prestigious with all this kind of copper detailing along the floor around here. And kind of these curtains being tied up around and all this kind of coiling with copper or whatever, or bronze or whatever up these columns. It all looks very prestigious. So I love all the different environments that are going to be in this game. Oh my god, Lucy's going off. She's going off. All right, one more thing before I get Lucy. Maybe I'll go get her now. Nah, I think she'll be right. One more thing. I've been going for like 22 minutes straight here. I don't know how to pronounce this, but Black Myth. There's going to be a new Black Myth game. This was the last thing that they announced and revealed at Gamescom 2025, and I really enjoyed Black Myth Wukong. I'm obviously not the only person that enjoyed Black Myth Wukong. It had like 2 million concurrent players on Steam when it released, which is absolutely mental. So there is going to be a lot of hype around a new Black Myth Wukong game, and I'm really excited that they are making a new game, and it's not just a DLC for Black Myth Wukong, because I believe they really nailed Black Myth Wukong. I only know of like one real update they did after the game. I believe it was the update that introduced a map and also maybe the boss rush mode. I'm not entirely sure, but with what they created with Black Myth Wukong, Black Myth Wukong, they pretty much perfected everything they wanted to do, and they had really no hiccups at all with their release and everything like that, and post-game content and everything. So I'm really excited for a brand new game from Game Science, that studio, because it really seems like they don't put anything out unless it's 100% finished. So this looks really cool. Once again, I'm not even going to try and pronounce this name. It looks like some, you know, badass dude sitting on top of a tiger, which you can see from some more photos over here. Oh, I'll go back to this one. It seems like he's riding around on a tiger, and that's kind of badass, and I really like that. If we can ride around in this map and in this world on a tiger as this dude, that'd be kind of crazy. That'd be pretty amazing. If you can use this guy in fights and bosses, that'd be phenomenal as well. Anyway, one more little thing here. I really love this kind of drawing style and this artwork, and it's something you kind of saw a little bit of, actually a lot of, in Black Myth Wukong as well, especially with the map. It had it in this sort of style, which is like not something you kind of see every day, I guess, not in Western culture at least. This is something that is obviously of Chinese art style. It's not something that is kind of showcased in Western culture, but this is really cool to see as well. And I really love the way that they kind of differentiate themselves. Obviously, they're a Chinese game studio and they're coming out with games that are going to be played and loved worldwide. So I really love that they're sharing their culture and everything like that through their game art, through their mythology as well, with the kind of characters that they bring to their games. And this is just another one of those games that is going to open a lot of doors for people exploring and taking interest in a whole new culture that they wouldn't have already wanted to know about. So this is absolutely exciting. I can't even believe that they announced this at Gamescom. Like, I'm pretty sure Wukong came out last year. It only came out last year, didn't it? And they're already showing and revealing a new game. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That is all of the games that I wanted to talk about. I know there's only 3 and they are 3 of the biggest games and everything like that. But these are the games that got me super excited. These are the trailers that I thought just absolutely smashed it out of the park. I'm really glad that Gamescom really brought it with the games. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what makes these events super exciting. So I can't wait to play Silksong very, very soon. That's going to be, I believe, December. And then Lego Batman is going to be coming out next year, hopefully early next year. That'd be really nice. I'd love to play it very, very soon. And then Black Myth, I believe that second game, I don't think it'll come out in 2026. I reckon it'll be like a 2027 release, maybe late 2027. Obviously, they didn't say very much about the game when they revealed it. They just kind of showed that they're working on something new and everything like that. So whenever they come out with it, I'm keen, but that's pretty much all of my thoughts on Gamescom. I'm very excited for all the games that are coming, and I thought it was a phenomenal event.